Alright, welcome back to the channel guys. I'm Sam, here to level up your mindset and help you win in poker and in life. Right, now let's face it, bad beats, losing sessions and downswings are horrible and can be really difficult to get over sometimes. And in the long term, these things can also take its toll on your mental health. You see, your confidence will be shattered and you just won't feel like you can beat the game anymore. You see, the problem here is that it's your expectations in the game that's letting you down. Now, if you think about it, if you never had any expectations, or your expectations were always met, then you never really have a reason to be upset about anything now, really, would you? So in this video, I want to share with you 5 mindset tips that are relating to expectations and your feelings of entitlement in poker that will help you see the game with an elite mindset and help you overcome one of the most challenging aspects of the game, of losing your money. Now, just before we begin, if you're more interested in poker strategy, then make sure you check out my new poker blog at Onechipcall.com, where I discuss hand histories and offer my thoughts on how I navigate cash games in London. Right, let's move on to tip number 1. Right, don't get me wrong, professional players should expect to make money in the long term. I mean, that's why they play full-time to earn a living. But this is different to expecting to win any specific hand that they play, because in order to win a hand of poker, there's always a fair bit of luck involved, be that what cards you get dealt, or how your opponent plays their hand, or even what community cards fall on the table. Essentially, anything that is not within your control. So whenever you do win a hand of poker, know that you are fortunate to do so, because more often than not, you will be folding and losing the hand. Now, just try not to expect to win, but don't expect to lose either. Just try not to expect anything really. Just play your best and try to become outcome independent, even when you get your money in as a huge favourite to win the hand. I've been one-outed a few times before on the river, so I know what I'm talking about. Look, crazy, unfortunate things happen in poker, just like in life. And you'd be wise to just accept this and make it your reality, because this is a really powerful way to manage your expectations so that you don't get too upset or disappointed whenever things don't work out. The deck of cards that you play poker with doesn't remember if it's dealt you kings versus aces like 10 times in a row. And you know what? It doesn't care. It's not going to feel bad for you and start giving you good cards just because you've been unlucky in the past. And equally, it doesn't care if you've been working hard at your poker game for like years, or even if you're an ex-EPT title holder. There's no difference between you and some drunk crazy guy who just sat down on your table at 3 AM on a Saturday night. He plays badly, but he wins every single hand that he plays. If you can keep this in mind, then hopefully you'll be able to stop blaming bad luck on the cards that you dealt, or even worse, the dealer himself. Look, poker doesn't have any feelings, so try to eliminate your emotional investment in the game. It's just not worth it. Whatever your poker skill level is, your results and all of your successes and failures today are all deserved, nothing more, nothing less. You are exactly where you should be. You know, the only reason that you are the person you are today is because of all the decisions that you have made up to this point in your life at this very moment. Your successes are deserved because you work hard, you learn and you improve yourself. Your mistakes and failures are also deserved because of your lack of skills or experience. You are never entitled to more success unless you earn it. You know, try not to give in to the easy option and play the victim card thinking that there's nothing that can be done, because in reality, there's always something that can be done to change your current situation. You know, let's take, for example, the way your body is right now, in terms of your overall physique and fitness levels. So your body right now is exactly the way it should be, and that's just based on the decisions that you have made up to this point regarding your diet and exercise. If there are things in your life that aren't quite the way you want it to be, then it's because you've prioritized other things to be more important, and that's why you chose to neglect these areas of your life. Now, all I want to do is raise your level of self-awareness so that you realize that you're in control over all the decisions that you make. So for example, instead of spending time scrolling through social media, you decide to use that time to pick up a book and read to develop your knowledge in certain subject areas. Or instead of spending a couple of hours each night watching TV, you decide to use that time to learn new skills and acquire new experiences. If you aren't happy about your current situation, then, or if you feel like you're just more deserving, then realize that you can always make a decision to change it right now. Whenever you get lucky and deal a horrendous bad beat to your opponents and steal a big pot, don't feel bad. You should enjoy it and feel grateful. And why is that, you ask? I mean, shouldn't you feel bad or a little bit embarrassed? Look, bad beats are like a way of life in poker.
Damn Skippy, so what goes around comes around.
Exactly. So if you can be grateful for receiving good fortune when you deliver bad beats, then it will make it a whole lot easier to receive those same bad beats when the tables are turned and it's your opponent this time who sucks out on you for a big pot. Now the reason is because you develop empathy, so you know what it's like on the other side of the fence. Now I know this can sound funny, but if you can look at things from this perspective, then you'll be a lot more accepting of unfortunate situations and be able to move on from them a lot more easily. You can never be 100% in control over the results that you want to achieve, but you can always be 100% in control over the amount of effort that you put in. Now in poker, this therefore means you cannot expect to win all the time, but you can always expect to play to the best of your abilities each time you sit down at the poker table. Now it's important to note here that playing your best will vary from time to time. You know, sometimes it'll be your A game, but sometimes it can also be your B game or your C game, and that's okay. You know, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about this at length in the fourth agreement of his book, The Four Agreements. And the lesson that I took from his book is that if you give your best, then you should never really judge yourself or suffer from any results that don't go your way. You know, you're the only person in this world who knows whether or not you've truly given your best. And if you have, then you should be fully satisfied with yourself and never hold any regrets, because you've given your best, so what more can you do? Don't invest your energy in things that you don't have control over, things like luck. That you lose focus on the things that you do have control over, which is trying to make the best decision that you can at that moment based on what limited information that you have. I know this may sound counterintuitive, but focus on the process and I promise you, the results will follow. Right guys, here's a quick recap on my top tips to help you manage your expectations in poker. If you can understand and implement these ways of thinking into your mindset, then you'll become less prone to getting upset at the poker table, and more importantly, develop your resilience to bounce back from losses just like water off a duck's back. Being at least just a little disappointed whenever you lose is pretty normal. I mean, we are humans after all. It's not like I'm trying to turn you guys into robots or anything. But the key is to not let it affect you so much, such that it starts upsetting your emotion and starts causing you to play bad poker. If you can apply these powerful mindset tips that I shared with you guys in today's video, then you'll be able to become far more accepting of unfortunate situations, both on and off the poker table. You'll be more chilled out and you'll tilt far less. Right, if you've enjoyed the content guys, then please let me know down in the comments below, and please show your support by liking and subscribing to my channel. I really enjoy giving out as much value as I can to all of you guys, and it would be great to know if it's helping you guys out. Right, enjoy the rest of your day guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.